This episode is brought to you by Shopify. That's the sound of switching your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling. Harness the best converting checkout and same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Stop leaving sales on the table. Discover why millions trust Shopify to build, grow, and run their business. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech23.
On today's episode of Nobody's Favorite Podcast, we got the Sensei Jarad Wright back in the building. We're going to be talking about everything from fucking aliens to business demographics. Stay tuned. Shit going to get crazy. You know what I mean?
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Nobody's Favorite Podcast. We got Jarad back here today, guys. Sensei's back in the building, man. Sensei's back in the building, guys. Give us a round of applause for this. Give us a round of applause for this. You know what I mean? All right. How's everything been going since the last time we spoke, bro?
Bro, it's been crazy, bro. Life has been beating me down. And I've been beating life up at the same time too, man. So it's been good. It's been good.
Nice.
Summer's hot.
You gotta give it back as much as you take, bro.
Bro, global warming. Let me tell y'all something, man. I didn't even know we was going to start
boiling
like
now, apparently.
Bro, this is crazy, bro.
Yeah,
what is
crazy.
going on in the earth?
I don't know what's going on the earth. I don't know what's going on in space, because apparently there's a lot of shit happening out there. You see the hearing the other day on the UFOs?
What they said?
So they had a congressional hearing the other day on UFOs. And a former Air Force officer or executive, or somebody high up in the Air Force, right? He used to work in the Air Force high up. David Grouch or something like that is his name. So he, under oath, testified that the government has, over the past, since like the 1930s, has been collecting fucking UFOs. They have non-human biologicals, as we said. Non-human biologicals is what they've recovered. So, like, pretty much the people who, not the people, but the beings who are flying these ships and saucers, it's out. Like, they had the whole congressional hearing on it the other day.
Bro, hold on, time out, bro. So what you're telling me is that U.S. is putting UFOs down, and then collecting the body, bro.
So I don't know.
I don't think we want these UFOs, bro. I don't know.
They just know that they're crashing, but apparently we have data from them. We have their biologicals, I guess, which is their bodies. We have their, apparently we have to have their ships. You know what I mean? So we have their technology. So I don't know what's going on, man. They clone pigs. So I don't know if they're cloning these aliens.
My man said.
I'm just saying, bro. They had these things for a long time. Like
they clone
they gotta
pigs.
have. They gotta be something going on here. They gotta be trying to do these things for some kind of reason.
What was the first sheep that they cloned? Was it Dolly?
I forget what it was. It was a long time ago.
Yo, it's crazy that, like, time out.
I was but the child.
There yonder. So what we talk about today on your podcast? How you been? First of all, man. Hold on.
Yo, me, man. I'm doing well. I can't complain. A lot of stuff going on. Started a few new businesses with a few new people, few old people. And, you know, just trying to elevate, man. Just trying to live life. Just trying to get things going. Trying to, you know, build for the family. You know what I mean? Trying to evade global warming, but it's, you know, it's impossible. I guess I'm going to have to move to, like, Antarctica. But at that point, I'll fall off one of the ice caps that break off or something because of global warming.
Yo,
can't get rid of it.
Let me tell you something right now, bro. I will go anywhere in the world outside of Antarctica. I'm not going to Antarctica. It's too cold. Like, black people not built for that.
Nah, man. I mean, it's gonna be too hot everywhere else. Give it like 6 months. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it's been nuts. It's been 90 degrees. Obviously, it's supposed to be like a heat wave coming up for the next week, where everything's gonna be over 95 degrees in Atlanta, which is typical. But I will say that we typically get more rain than we've gotten this summer. Like, it's been dry.
So it's been real wet up here. That sounds crazy, but it's been real wet up here in the north. Because, you know, I'm in Pennsylvania and you're in Georgia, so it's been real rainy up here. But it's like, apparently, according to meteorologists, who might be the aliens. I don't know. They know the weather. We're in like historically one of the worst El Nino seasons, and it's supposed to go through like the winter. So I guess I'm assuming El Nino's a hurricane or tropical storm. So I'm assuming if it goes through the winter, we're gonna get a lot of snow or something.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what El Nino is. What is El Nino? I've heard
El Nino it's a storm. It's a tropical storm. It's like a really powerful tropical storm. It was like so popular. Like, I don't want to say popular because it like damages homes and like, you know, ruins lives. But it's so massive. No, listen. It's so massive and so fast moving that I think it was Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 or Hot Pursuit, one of them Need for Speed games, you put a cheat code in, you actually got a super fast car called El Nino.
But like, I mean, you're Spanish, so like, what's this? Like, what does it?
What I got to do with anything? It starts in the tropical islands. It's a tropical storm. It's a huge tropical storm.
Is this derived with your people? Is what I'm asking.
No, it's like well, I guess I don't know. I don't know which islands it might come from. The Cubans or the Dominicans, or I don't know. I don't know which island it comes from. But all I know is it's a Pirates of the Caribbean storm that comes up from there, floats through the fucking sky, and then it gets to America. It happens all the time. I mean, it's been happening for years and years and years. I guess I don't know if they just keep calling huge tropical storms from there El Nino, but it's a thing. It's a thing.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we're supposed to have the worst El Nino. We're supposed to have the worst El Nino in history.
Yeah, like one of the worst ones in history. Like supposed to last a long time.
I feel like every year, this is what the news is pissing me off about, bro. Like this fake news thing. Like that might have been the best thing Trump ever come up with was fake news. So like everything is the best, the worst, and the first. Like everything. So like you turn on ESPN. This is the first time ever somebody recorded 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists in a game in 3 quarters. Like yo. Everything is the first, the worst, and the best.
The world's at its greatest point right now, bro. It's at its greatest point right now. The world is peaking, bro. That's why everybody's breaking records.
And both ways, is peaking. Like we're the best and the worst at the same time.
We're like, yeah, bro. Like the top
crazy,
and the bottom of the iceberg, bro.
Yo, this clickbait news stuff is getting out of hand, bro.
Listen. I don't know what you want me or the aliens to tell you, but
it's
just the world we live in now, bro.
It's just, it's ugly, bro. Listen. So let's talk about that real quick, because I don't know about anything happening in the world because I'm taking a hiatus off of social. And you're upset about that. Why are you upset about that?
Bro, I'm upset about that because I can't send you cool fight videos.
He's mad. He was like, Jarad, Sensei,
yeah,
I need you back.
First of all, it was bullshit. Like, I'm sitting there, I was like, oh, this is crazy. This little nigga got knocked out. So I wanted to send it to you. So I clicked share because I was going to share it to you because, as a close friend of mine, you came to mind. So I'm like, you know what? Let me share it to this guy. You know what I'm saying? It might be a little late, but he'll see it in the morning. It's okay. So then I go and I'm scrolling, and usually you're at the top because, or within my recess. So I'm scrolling, and I'm scrolling, and I start seeing people I don't even fucking know. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So, and then come to find out, you, I guess, blocked me and everyone else out of your life.
I blocked you.
And now the only person that you have time for is your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And that's fine.
That's it. I mean, him,
that's
my
fine.
wife.
And that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, my wife too. That's how it's supposed to go.
You blocked her on social too. I did. Listen, it was really hard. You know why? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you the obstacles of deactivating your social media. One, not everybody has your phone number, which is weird. Like in the world that we live in today, and the fact that we have our phones constantly and not everybody has my phone number is just wild. The second thing, it's because your phone is not the phone,
bro. It is for me, bro. I would much rather talk to somebody, bro. Don't just call me.
They try to slide in your DMs at all times, bro.
It's
by them I mean me because I want to send you fight videos, bro.
Well, yeah, well that's fine.
Send it to you through that.
Well, now, but in other stuff, so like I'm on like other apps signed in through Facebook.
I'll send you fight videos through LinkedIn.
Yeah, my LinkedIn is still popping. I love LinkedIn, but No, bro. Like I can't even access the Bible app anymore because I like the account on the Bible app because it's through my Facebook account. It's like, bro, it's like
Bro,
they
we
get
live
you
through these
stuck,
socials,
bro.
bro.
They get you stuck, bro.
Bro,
They
listen,
get
it's
you
ease of
stuck.
access. You know how annoying it is having to type in your Gmail and password every time? Nah, sign me in with Apple. Sign me in with Facebook. Great.
It's crazy, bro. And then they farm your data. Like it's just
That's fine. That's fine because all they're gonna get is a bunch of weirdos that I don't even talk to on Facebook. That's like Facebook is like it's just like my key. I just use it to get into places. I don't really do anything on there. They gonna get nothing else off of there from me. I'm in like a couple weird groups.
what weird group are you in?
I don't know. I'm in a group. I'm in like a couple gun groups. The people like show off. They just show off, send pictures of the guns back and forth. It's weird. It's like gun porn, but you know, it's what we like.
I mean, it's
I'm in a
gun
couple
porn,
like
food porn. Yeah.
yeah. I'm in a couple comic groups. You know what I mean? For like,
You
I don't
such a
really
nerd, bro. You such a
listen.
nerd,
I was
bro.
about to say those are muted though because those them motherfuckers are active, boy. Them nerds. Them motherfuckers, like, no offense to anybody who likes Marvel, DC, because I'm a Marvel and DC and fan and all that stuff. Like, I like The Boys on Amazon, all that. Yep, shit great. But, my mans, these motherfuckers will argue over the comic book like they fighting over women. It's crazy.
It's like that. So once again, can we talk about weird, bro? Like, it's weird, bro. Like, I can't do it. I be trying to mess with the animes. I be trying to mess with like those people and try to get like, you know, I'm a super open person. I try to be. And then I see how intense these people are about something that's fictional. And then I can't do it, bro. I can't. Like so that's the best thing about not being on social too, is that I don't get wrapped up in stuff that don't got nothing to do with me. Like I just can't. I wake up in the morning, I may read my Bible, I go downstairs, eat, spend some time with the fam. I'm not getting wrapped up in like what Drake said online last night, or Tory Lanez may or may not have shot Meg Thee Stallion. Like I just don't have.
Damn, when the fuck did you deactivate? That was a long time ago, bro.
I'm just saying, like that's the only two things I can think about right now. I can't think of nothing. Like, what happened? Drake
deactivated 2 years ago, bro.
Drake dissed Pusha T on the Utopia album today. Like, why?
Oh, did he?
Drake? Yeah,
I didn't.
Bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't listen to the Utopia album. I don't think I will. I have to listen to Nas's album. I haven't gotten a chance to listen to Nas's album yet, but I don't think I'll listen to Utopia. I'm not a big fan of artists that rely on the producer over their like and the engineer over their talent. I like. Don't get me wrong. Travis Scott is pretty good, but I don't know.
So he has 63% producer credits on this album. I don't know if that makes a difference for you, but he has 63% producer credits on this album. Or he has 63. Okay. The songs he's on, all the songs he's 63% producer credits on.
So, but all right? Are these songs like heavy synths and fucking vocoders and all types of things, or is he rapping? I mean, I want to hear your rap, bro.
I didn't dive that deep into the album.
Because
I listened to the Meltdown track. That was very rappy. Drake and him barred it up. There's a song with him and Beyonce. I didn't hear that one yet. It's a pretty long album as far as a lot of tracks on it. So I haven't gotten through it. I was much more interested in like the Robert Glasper, Terrace Martin. You know, I'm a jazz. Give me some jazz.
Yeah.
Black has like a sleep album. Like Six Black? Yeah. He has like a album
to help you go to sleep? Like,
bro, that joint is fire, bro. Let me tell you, fire, bro. It is amazing. Let me bro.
Yo, Black is nice.
Bro, I don't like. It's not
an
even
Atlanta
him,
boy,
like,
isn't he?
Yeah, man. You know, shout out to Atlanta, man. Hold on, let me raise my city up real quick. You know what I'm saying? ATL,
yeah, Atlanta boy.
But no, that album, it's like sonically, it's very produced. It's not like a lot of him like one of the songs B4L, which is I think a track on his regular album. Obviously he's cussing because that's, you know, he's just an explicit singer. This ain't got no cuss words on it. It's like him crooning in the background. It's fire though. Like I was like, ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, so check that out. Check that out.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely check out some Black. I like Black. I fuck with Black. I've been fucking with him since he had those dusty ass dreads. He's been making good music. Yeah. You're laughing at me.
Because you so serious. But yeah, no, I've been messing with Black. 2018, I think, was the year that East Atlanta Love Letter came out. That was my favorite album that year. Like that was top to bottom.
I was really like the Free Black album. The one that came out before that. I like the Free Black album. That's what put me onto him. That was at the time when it came out, it was music that was very, I guess, relevant to me. It resonated with my soul. So I was like, you know what? I like this guy. Good stuff.
You know what, bro? I have a problem. I'm gonna say it out loud. I will give women R&B artists a chance before I will give male R&B artists a chance. So
I don't think that's a problem. I think it's a stereotype. Just like people give male rappers a chance before they give female rappers a chance.
I guess that's true. It's like, cause like her, I was on her like early, and I live in Atlanta. I was on Black way late. And it's been like that oftentimes when it comes to singers. I think Brent Faiyaz, I was pretty early with him, but like, you know, Tim's, Georgia Smith, Snow Allegra, like I was really like early.
Snow Allegra, I love Snow Allegra. That's the soul right there. That's deep.
What, man? Did you know she got mentored by Prince for 2 years?
Oh yeah?
Yeah, bro. She got the cheat code, bro.
Damn, I don't know. I thought she was like 20 something years old.
Nah, she's like
nice.
She's like
nice. Okay, I like her even more now. She a grown ass woman.
She a grown woman.
Okay.
Yeah, she ain't young like her. She ain't young. She ain't
I thought, bro, that's
baby,
all they
like
promoting these days. They
like
don't give nobody our age no money.
Like her and Chloe Bailey.
They're trying. That's what I'm saying, bro. They're not trying to give nobody our age no money. They only give the young ones money.
You're right about that. But now her is she's special. I mean, not her, but Snow is special. And she's signed to Rockefeller.
Yeah, she is.
Rock Nation. So.
Rock Nation.
Yeah.
She is. She's dope. Yeah, man. So, all right, man. I'm glad we got caught up, man. Let's dive into some things. All right. So, we both started some businesses lately, right? We both really been getting into our businesses. Both really be getting into the nitty gritty of what it takes to run a business, and you know the letdowns of and disappointments of running a business. All right. So, I wanted to ask you. When not everybody's cut out for everything, right? Can we agree on that?
For sure.
Okay. All right. So, with that being said, do you agree that some people should just submit to others in not a sense of like being just an employee, but learning from them, learning the ropes? Not everybody's built to run a business. Not everybody's a CEO. You know, not everybody is a chairman of a board. Not everybody has the business acumen. So
right.
Do you agree that some people should just submit to other people's ideas and try to help build them up?
Yes, I think that, but I think that's everybody. It doesn't matter. At some point in your life, you should have a mentor. You know what I mean? Like it should always be like each one teach one. It's like, if somebody's walked a path for me and they've discovered all of the obstacles on the path and they've fallen in majority of them, and they can come back and say, hey, Jarad, when you get here, duck. When you get here, tiptoe. When you get here, you know, push hard. When you get here, stop and pause for a second. I think that's important. It's I'll say it this way. I'm a 2nd degree black belt. I've been doing martial arts for 20 years. And as much as I am a sensei, I'm still a student. I'll always find new things to learn. I'll always find or look for people that can mentor me. I always look for techniques that I think I've mastered or think I have figured out. And people will tell me, I'll say it this way. I was a state champion in sparring and forms. I moved to Georgia. I start going to a different martial arts school. And they're like, yo, you do a front snap kick wrong. Front snap kick is the first kick you learn in Taekwondo. Like it's the first kick. Oh, you do it wrong. So I could have decided at that point, if I was gonna be arrogant and be like, bro, I don't want a state championship with this, and both sparring and forms. I done went to Korea with this and Japan. It's been working out for me fine. Or be open and being like, how do y'all do it? It might be a better application. What we say in martial arts is you got to empty your glass. Empty your glass when you walk on the door or walk on the floor so that it can be filled. You can't walk in with a filled glass in anywhere.
That's true.
And so and so it's just you gotta know when to be the student and when to be the teacher. And there will be times where you might have to navigate through both of them at the same time.
This makes sense. And I wholeheartedly agree with you on that. I definitely think that some people should just understand that it's not that you don't have talent. It's not that you don't have the ability to do things. It's just that running a business is hard, man. It takes not sleeping. It takes aggravation. It takes understanding how to compartmentalize things, not taking aggravations from this out on these people, or not bringing the stress from here into this business that you're trying to create. It's just so many moving parts and so many modules to it that it makes it almost impossible to run a business. We look around like, how can it be almost impossible to run a business? This business is everywhere. Everybody looks at a business. Okay, well, as many businesses as you see, hundreds more. For every one that you see, hundreds more have failed. So it's the chances of being successful in this industry of entrepreneurship, of contracting, of doing whatever you're gonna do to be your own boss and to be somebody else. Forget being somebody else's boss. Being somebody that's gonna help feed somebody's family. People are gonna rely on you to help feed their family. So that's stress. When people are building businesses, a lot of them don't ever think about that. That's not one of the things they think about. They're not thinking like, hey, I gotta make this work, because at any time if it fails and I have people working for me, like, it can go hungry. It's not just you when you run a business. When you're starting it, maybe, just, you putting your own money in. But once it gets off the ground and it starts going, you're still the boss. You're still building that business. Apple is still building itself up. They about to drop some new iPhones. They about to drop some new iPads, some new MacBooks, a whole new fucking reality on people's face in a few months. Like, everything is still growing. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of stress, a lot of pressure.
It's humbling, man. It's a balancing act. It's a balancing act.
Oh, yeah.
It's constant. You gotta I talk to my wife about it. The way I think about it is like spinning plates on a stick. Like you gotta keep the plates spinning in order for them to fall. If they fall, they're gonna shatter when they hit the ground. And it's gonna be your marketing. It's gonna be your operations. It's gonna be your sales. It's gonna be your tech stuff. It's gonna be your back end stuff. It's gonna be advertising. It's gonna be like it's so many different things. It's gonna be the product itself and product development and research and development and all of that sort of stuff. Continually learning. I think that's the main thing. But if anybody has any questions about how hard running a business is, we can look at Elon right now with how hard of a time he's having with Twitter or X or whatever it's called.
With
at
X.
This point, and seeing how his narcissistic characteristics are making his business more difficult, and he has to check himself. And until he does that, his business is going to continue to go downhill. Ironically enough, I think he hired a woman CEO a few months ago. I
believe so.
I haven't really heard any impact from what she's done. But he started limiting people from, if you're not a Twitter Blue subscriber, you can only utilize the app for the X amount. Like, you're limiting your money because you operate off ads. Like, you're not thinking this all the way through. Unless you're thinking that the platform is that big and that important to people that they're going to pay, that everybody's going to spend $7.99 a month to omit the ads and to try to cover that. But in any case, he had success with PayPal. He had success with SpaceX. He's obsessed with X's for some reason. He had success with Tesla. And
I think his son's name is X or something.
and he put out, arrogantly once again, I'll pay $44 billion for Twitter. Why would you say that? Like, how? Like, what negotiation skills? Like, I don't understand. It's watching it in Front Street is crazy.
You know how they say, like, oh, people get older and they just don't care. Like that old lady, she gonna say what she want. That old man, he gonna say what he want. I mean, I think it still pertains to people with money too. They still getting older. You know what I mean? Like Elon every year is getting older. Donald Trump was getting older. Joe Biden getting older. Nancy Pelosi getting older. All of these people. Elon's in this. Gotta be in his 50s and they're 60.
How old is Elon Musk, bro? Let me see.
Yeah, we gotta check that out. Let's pull that up.
He is let me see. 52. He's 52. He's like, bro, he's
52.
15.
Okay.
He's 15 years old. If I start acting like this in 15 years, bro, please, bro.
I mean, if in 15 years I go from podcasting to sending motherfuckers to space, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take acting like that. It's cool.
I think this once again, I think the success has gone to his head to a place where it's like unhealthy, bro. It's just unhealthy.
It's detrimental. It is detrimental. I mean, but he is in a position where he has cushion. Say he does get canceled or he does lose some money. They lose $20 billion tonight. He still has what, $80 billion left? I mean, it's like he has time to widen up. I don't think he's gonna go broke before he goes.
No.
Before he goes dumb.
No, for sure. Not.
You know what I mean? So,
you're
but
right about that.
I think eventually he's gonna understand. Like, I don't think the market share is gonna drop. I think Twitter is always gonna be around. Twitter's gonna stay around. Twitter is not like a platform like any of the other ones because it's not commercial based. Twitter doesn't care about like being politically correct for Burger King or Sprite or none of that shit. Like I think Elon tweeted something. Oh, is it still called tweeting? Was it Xing or
I don't know, bro.
But he posted. He posted. Like it was like Threads. It was like Threads is for like the brands and Twitter is for the people, which made sense because Threads being owned by Facebook or Meta is gonna be hella censored. Everything is gonna be censored on there. Motherfuckers gonna be getting flagged left and right.
So
actually, I have Threads. And I ain't seen that ass yet.
So you're right. I mean, I'm not on social right now, but I will say this. It feels like Twitter is becoming truth. The truth, like it's becoming Elon Musk's version of the Donald Trump social media platform. Like that's what I feel like it's becoming. Like y'all, like he might as well have bought Truth as opposed to buying Twitter and putting Twitter in a hole. Twitter was cool.
So I mean, if Donald Trump had $44 billion to drop on Twitter, don't you think he would have bought it?
For sure.
And we have the exact same thing we have right now. So I mean, I think that his views fall in line somewhat with Trump. I don't think they fucking I don't think he's gonna be rallying into Trump, but I think some of the views maybe may fall in line with like open freedom of speech, things like that. You know what I mean? And that's what he's trying to promote on X, and that's what Truth Social was supposed to be about. You know, the truth, not being censored, not having your views tarnished or canceled or whatever. So, I mean, those views coinciding, I guess you could correlate that. It could be the same. It could be pretty much the same app at this point. I've never been on Truth. I don't know what it's like. I don't know if it's actually truthful or if it's really, really fucking biased.
Yeah, I've never been on there either. But I mean, like obviously, Trump went out, he created his own. It tried to get some pull. Nothing really ever happened with it. And then I don't know if it's still
if you want to come on here and promote the shit, if Trump want to come on the podcast and promote, Truth Social, we'll be more than happy to have him. You know what I'm saying?
That's
come on, Don.
That's Don.
Come on, Brez.
Come on, Don. Oh my gosh. So yeah, but no, I think that so going back to your question, I think you always have to be in a space of humility. I try to lead with humility. Always. So even like when it comes to martial arts, it's something that I'm talented in naturally. I always feel like you can still get your You can get beat by a
Go
yellow
with
belt.
somebody bigger and better, bro.
You can get beat by an orange belt. You can get beat by, it doesn't. Everybody can get caught on a day that they are too big for their britches, for sure.
Part of the fact. Oh yeah. Sometimes you got the cold, man. You can be the best fighter in the world, and you got the flu today. It's neither
Or
the
like,
wrong guy.
I know a guy who really early on in my martial arts, I guess, journey. My instructor at the time was super nice, bro. And he went to a local competition. He was second place the year prior in the Junior Olympics. So like beast mode, bro. Went to a small competition, got real arrogant, put his head out like this. Somebody kicked and broke his nose, and like he wasn't able to go international to compete because he had a broken nose. So it kind of canceled the rest of his season. And it wasn't because the guy was nicer than him. It wasn't because he should have got caught. It wasn't because he, the guy outsmarted him. He just was arrogant. So
interesting. I mean, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. Arrogance is pretty much, to be arrogant, you have to let your guard down. That's boasting. Oh, look at me. I don't even gotta be tough. I don't even gotta be on guard right now, and then bang, your nose is fucking broke.
That's it.
Terrible fucking bull. Oh man. All right. Well, now that we got that out the way, I wanted to ask you something, man. You living in Atlanta, right? I'm living in Pennsylvania. Living in the Poconos. Two completely different dynamics. Yeah, I mean, very urban where you're at. Not so urban where I'm at. Not as suburban or country or I don't know what people may think it is. It's really like a suburb of New York, kind of like Long Island, things like that. Pretty much takes the same amount of time to get to the suburbs of New York, Long Island, as it takes to get to where we're at in the Poconos. But the point I'm trying to make is this: do you think that like when there's a lot of people going from here to there, like a lot of people going from Pennsylvania to Atlanta, and a lot of people going from Atlanta to Pennsylvania because of the different dynamics. Because I know like here, a big thing is like they're trying to boost tourism here. They're trying to get people to come here more, and it's not very, I don't want to say minority friendly because there's no like hate crimes or anything like that, but there's not many, like you don't see many Jamaican restaurants. You don't see many African restaurants. You don't see many Haitian or Portuguese or, even Italian. You got a bunch of pizzerias, but you don't really see like that type of stuff. It's a lot of Americanized things. You know what I mean? So do you think that there's a divide in the two demographics?
For sure. I think that one is a lifestyle and the other one kind of caters to culture.
Okay.
So when you're like, even when you say like there's white people but there's no Italian culture, it makes me think of something that Denzel Washington said in regards to directors in Hollywood movies. He was like, it's not like a black or white thing. It's like it's a culture thing. So he was like, you don't want Michael Bay directing and it's like a mafia movie. You want Martin Scorsese directing it. And it's not because, both of them are white, obviously, but one of them is Italian. And so he understands the Italian culture more. He understands like the olive oil brand that needs to be on the table. He understands like the home dynamic. And I think in some places, the culture is less dynamic than in other places. So I think like right now, like a slutty vegan, I couldn't imagine, shout out to Pinky Cole. Like I'm not trying to put anything against her, but I think it'd have been more difficult for her to launch such a strong brand in a different city, maybe LA. But slutty vegan, like and then for them to be unapologetically black and for them to have the market in the way that they have it, and it's super like black culture, the way that they market their restaurant. To the text messages that they send, hey boo, how you doing? They'll reference like tracks that are out now, or they'll reference like trendy things in like black Twitter and things like that. I don't know if that's going to appeal culturally to like the Poconos. I think that there's a totally different dynamic up there, and it's not necessarily black or white. I just think it's like stronger or soft culture.
Yeah, so you're absolutely right, and I completely agree with you. And you see it in situations like, I like that you brought up Slutty Vegan. So out here during the pandemic, there was a restaurant owned by a black couple, and it was called Wings and a Prayer. So I'm assuming through that they're a religious couple. So they did so good during the pandemic, which was very interesting to me because a lot of the minority businesses out here before the pandemic weren't getting any business because a lot of people didn't want to leave their houses. So, but the fact that people could just order and have it dropped off, they were ordering a lot more from the minority restaurants. They didn't have to go to there, so they were eating the food a lot more. It was a crazy shift that I noticed during that time, and they ended up doing so well that they opened up a store pretty much like a couple down the road. You know what I mean? Not too far from where I'm at. You know what I mean? So it was pretty interesting to see that, especially in being a business owner and having to deal with demographics, knowing how you have to market to people, knowing how sometimes the way you have to market to people is way different than who you actually are as a person because of the demographic and the dynamic in that area.
Yep.
You know, you may be a black owned business and you may be proud to be a black owned business, but you don't live in an area that is proud to have black people. So you can't really market on your business cards and your flyers and your commercials that you're a black owned business, because then you won't be a business for long.
Right.
You know, so knowing your demographic and just being able to capitalize on opportunities within the demographics and those dynamics, I think are like key components. And I think that goes back to what I was saying earlier with not everybody's built to own a business. You know, not everybody understands that with the key demographics and knowing that, you know, hey man, I might really like this, but if I want to feed my family, I'm not gonna be able to do that.
Well, but let's talk about that, like identity as a business too, though. So like, I went to a pizzeria a couple weeks ago, and it was one that, you know, was in the city that my mother and father-in-law live in, and or adjacent to. And I walk in, and they, you know, she's like, "Yo, can you bring back a pizza?" And I'm like, "What kind of pizza you want?" And I started looking online and trying to find some places. And she's like, "You know, anything but Marco's." And I'm like, "Well, that doesn't really give me a lot of direction." And then she said, "Domino's."
That doesn't really narrow it down.
And I was like, "Domino's?" Like, nah. So so I ended up finding a place. Make a long story less long, I ended up finding a pizzeria locally, and I pull up, and I'm like looking at the pizzeria, and I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna be good." And the reason why I knew it was gonna be good is because they had a New York Giants emblem in the window.
Okay.
So I walk in, and I'm like, "Okay, it's gonna be good." Now we're in Atlanta. We're
I see where you're going with this.
We're in Lawrence.
There's no better pizza than New York pizza, man.
Right. We are in the suburbs. We're not even in like the city. We are in the suburbs. So we walk in, and they're playing like Lil Kim, and then like Dipset comes on, and then LL Cool J, like not like, what was it, oh man, I can't even think of the name of the track. Whatever, we're just gonna keep it moving. So it was LL Cool J track, and it was like, it took me back to being at a pizzeria in New Jersey, and I already knew the pizza was gonna slap because it was home. It didn't necessarily mesh with the culture here, but it was the culture that it needed to be. I felt like I walked back. I almost felt like I walked into New Jersey, and the pizza was absolutely fantastic. And so sometimes you need to know who you are and own that, as long as it's acceptable in the area that you're in. Because the people that know you will recognize you when they see you. And I recognize
this
them
is true.
Right when
this is
like,
true.
Oh man. And then I walk in, I think they had a Yankee, like, you know, emblem somewhere else. It just was like home, bro. It was like home. They had the pizzas like in the like behind the glass. Like you could see the pieces. They were selling them all by the slice. So I had to walk in. I'm looking around, like trying to find a whole, can I buy a whole pie? Like none of their stuff was like a whole pie. I was like, by the slice. I'm like, yo, can I buy a pie? She's like, yeah, you buy a pie. It was very, very New York, very, very New Jersey.
Nice.
So, but there are enough people who've migrated down from New York, New Jersey, to where we recognize it, and they're gonna stay in business because they embody that, and the pizza's delicious.
Yeah.
Pizza's
delicious.
Yeah,
and I think that's gonna end up being what the case is out here eventually, because so many people are moving here from New York and New Jersey. Like I said, it is pretty much a New York suburb, New Jersey suburb. I think eventually the demographic here is gonna shift dramatically. Especially with the younger kids. Like a lot of the older folks are like, I mean, I don't want to say they're dying out, but I mean, you know, life takes its toll and age progresses, and you know, a lot of them ain't here no more. So a lot of the people here are the younger generation. Like the mayor is 30 years old.
yeah,
You know what I mean,
crazy.
so 30-year-old Hispanic, the youngest mayor in town's history, and he's the first Hispanic and gay mayor. I mean, all inclusive. He's inclusive all the way around, bro.
Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
you know what I mean. That's how that ended up working.
I will
but
say
yeah, I
this
think-
though, if you don't mind me adding this.
What's up?
We have to maintain, I think, some level of traditionalism to our cultures though. Like I feel like everybody's trying to be like if you look at like the way companies are branding themselves, like all of the fonts are like the same. Nobody's really creative.
Yeah.
All of the businesses are trying to acquiesce to being neutral or digestible to everyone, etc.
Yeah,
et
they're all
cetera, et
following the
cetera.
same minimalist or simplistic patterns.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be risky and have a dope
Yeah.
logo anymore.
And so,
Yeah.
you know, I think that when those sorts of things happen, brands become less of who the person is, and people are only measuring the negative aspects of branding that way. They're not necessarily looking at the positive of like, oh no, this may reject 90% of the people that live in Lawrenceville, Georgia. But those 10% is really gonna attract. Like it's really gonna attract them. Because it's gonna be something
that cult
about,
following is great sometimes.
right? It's something about the giant emblem that's just, oh man, that's home for 10% of the population. And 10% of the population is just not gonna go nowhere else and buy pizza. You know, similar to Moe's. Hey, welcome to Moe's. Like everybody says it. Like there's those sorts of things that I feel like companies are losing the traditionalism of their brand or the story behind it or the culture behind it or the identity behind it because they're trying to acquiesce or not offend anybody. And we have to get to a place where, one, I think we need to really start identifying what is offensive. Like everything's not offensive. Everything's not offensive.
But what's crazy is they're picking and choosing, because a lot of the companies during the Pride Month, they'll change their logos to the rainbow stuff and not care if that offends others. They're like, oh no, we're being inclusive. If it offends you, you must be anti, or you must be homophobic, or whatever the case is. Much like the Bud Light thing when they did, when they put Dylan Mulvaney or whatever the dude's, the woman. I don't know. I'm sorry to the listeners, but look, when they put Dylan on the thing, on the can, and Bud Light went from number 2 in the nation of in beer to number 14, bro. Like they are down below beer that nobody even heard of before at this point, because they put the transgender on the can. So it offended so many people that the beer that was synonymous with America, Budweiser, Bud Light, it's now underneath foreign brands in sales.
Yeah, man. I think that once again, you gotta know who you just gotta know who you are, man.
You gotta know who your market is.
It's not even that, bro. Because I would much rather die on who I am than to become something that I'm not, to cater to somebody that.
And that's what they did.
Does that make sense?
They died, and they did the opposite. Instead of dying with who they were, instead, like they were a man's brand. Like this Budweiser, like this is, you see a man drink a Budweiser, crush on his fucking head. You know what I'm saying? That was like the college fucking thing, and then they did that, and so that men started thinking like, I'm not drinking that. Like that must be like, that's a Moscato now, bro. I'm not drinking that shit. Like I know, like it's associated.
I drink Moscato.
I'm just saying, man. The mains was associating the Budweisers and the Bud Lights now with feminism. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with feminism, but feminine qualities. And that's with like wine and such like that. That's why I said Moscato. You know, I know you like a good rosé. I mean, you know, but yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's all good. But that's what ended up happening, because that was who they built their brand around. The man, the working man, the man coming home from a hard day's work. In the morning, he wakes up to Folgers, and at night, he cracks a Budweiser. And that was how the commercials went, bro.
It's just, but it's also like, it's just placating to what you think is gonna, you know what I mean? Like, it's like when George Floyd, God rest his soul, like got killed, and then everybody wanted to have some level of like, you know, diversity, inclusion, equity program in their business. All of a sudden, like, we hadn't been dealing with this stuff. It was just a hot topic for a second. And for the brands that, you know, for the government officials who were like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do this, like, that's, none of this stuff is what we asked for. Like, we just want to be given equity, like an equitable opportunity, not like equal, because equal is not like, if for people who don't know the difference between equality and equity, if I give somebody with no legs a bicycle, and I give somebody with legs a bicycle, and I tell them they have to race, that's equal. That's not equity. If I give the person with no legs something that they can actually move, that's equity. For people who don't understand what the difference between the two of them is. So, like,
breaking down for him, Sensei.
We don't need equality. We need equity. We need opportunity that is going to be relevant to our circumstances as people, not like as individuals. And it doesn't matter if you're white, black, Spanish, Asian, like whatever it is. We need equitable opportunities for everybody, not equality, because not everybody starts at the same point. And so when
that's a fact.
Yeah. So that all of that was happening, and people were doing it. It's just buzzworthy. Like, it's like everything is like for attention, bro. It's nasty out here. It's nasty,
bro. It's disgusting out here. It's like it's subways in the city out here, bro. It's gross. It's nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of the city, man, I mean, I don't live out there no more, and I'm kind of glad I don't. But I don't know, man. That mayor in New York is kind of different. I mean, I know y'all had a tight mayoral election down there a few months ago. There was a lot going on, but I don't know, man. I don't think I can see myself ever moving back to New York as long as Eric Adams is there. That boy different. That man is socialite. Any chance he get to be on TV, that man is doing something weird.
Wow.
I don't know. But shout out to him though, you know, run that city.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to all my people in New York dealing with that shit. Bro, so peep this. So look, all right, now that I'm on the topic of him, I gotta bring this up, bro. So this motherfucker, right? This is another reason why I could never move to New York. So you know how they did they got the cashless tolls, which I agree with cashless tolls. I don't want to stand there, boom, boom. Let me just drive by. If I don't have an EV pass, take a picture of my fucking plate, send me that shit in the mail. Fine. Cool. In New York, now they're gonna have congestion pricing now, which means I think above or below 60th Street or 65th Street, there's gonna be fucking like meters that read your fucking thing and send you like a fucking a fee to drive it in that part of the city during certain hours. So, and if you live in that part, you get a reduced price. You can't even drive in that part of the city for free. Like, if I wake up, I can't even drop my kid off at school in my car without this shit taking a picture of my fucking license plate and sending me a fucking ticket in the mail. Not a ticket, a fee in the mail for driving my car in the streets at that time, even though I live down the block. Bro,
Oh yeah,
bro,
listen. I don't know. Like we have
bro, I could never.
not easy pass. What is it called? We have the peach pass here in Georgia. It does not
That's
work.
cute.
It doesn't work in the city. In the city is HOV lanes. But then once you get outside of the city, there's a peach pass lane. Depending upon how much traffic it is and when you enter and when you get off will determine how much it costs to get in that lane. But everybody else riding for free. Everyone else riding for free.
That's crazy.
Georgia.
It's
let me tell
crazy,
you something
bro.
right now. So Georgia built 400, and the arrangement was we're going to build another highway. We're going to put a toll there, and once the highway's been paid for, the toll comes down. And they did not take the toll down once the highway was paid for, and Georgia went off. And I'm gonna just that toll ain't there no more. I'm gonna just say that. Listen, we don't be playing, bro. We don't be listen, Georgia we don't play, bro. We don't play.
So y'all need to come together for a few more things out there, man. Cause I know y'all need to come together for some stuff out here, some stuff in New York. Yeah, we need them Georgia peaches, because y'all get shit done apparently.
We try to.
Y'all know how to protest and how to riot.
Every so often we get something right.
Nah, man. I mean, that's it's all good, man. It's all good. To each his own. Live where you want to live. It's very convenient to live in New York for a lot of things. I mean, you can just jump on the subway. Fuck it. All right, it's cool. But moving along. I'm a little nervous about this upcoming event that's coming up, man.
What event?
I'm gonna be a contestant on this thing called Right to Remain Silent.
Why are you nervous?
Because, man, I don't know what kind of questions they're gonna be asking me.
They is me.
You know.
They is funny. Don't do that. We just had a conversation. Don't do that.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just trying to. Listen, man. Listen. Ever since you told me about it, I mean, I don't know, because you know me, and like, to ask me something boring is, it's boring. So I'm interested to see what you're gonna ask me.
Bro, well, first off, all 4 of you guys will be asked the same 4 questions. We're just talking about that. What I'm more so excited is, like, I'm an instigator, bro. Let me tell you something about Sensei. From way back when I was in school, bro, I used to like pick fights for people, bro. Like, yo, you heard what he said about your mama, boy? Bro. And just be like, and just watch him fight, right? So
the gaslighter. The worst of its kind.
Oh, man. It was so much fun. I was such a troublemaker. I still am like that to this day, obviously.
That ruins lives.
Having a show. No, I'm a disruptor. I like, people who come and who have OCD, I'll like come in and just be like just start missing. Like, just I love it. I love messing with people. And I'll put it back and I'll be respectful, but it's just funny just seeing.
What if they just have an anxiety attack? They sneeze the fuck up right there on the floor because of you.
I'll give them mouth to mouth. It'll be all right.
I'm gonna see. I'm like, oh shit, I'm out.
He back up. You back? He back. Hey, listen, I want you back to life regardless. It should be fun, man. I think it should be fun. I'm really looking forward to, like, the interaction between. It's great that one person that's going to be on the show with you. The other 2 people you don't know. Everybody. Ooh. No, everybody.
I'm sorry,
but
I'm one of these lights. It's a little hot. Wipe my head.
Everybody but one of the contestants, Yasmin, knows one person on the show.
Okay.
So Yasmin doesn't know any of y'all. And so I'm gonna have to make sure that she's comfortable, which is why we're gonna do the 30-minute like green room before. Make sure everybody's just cool and just get comfortable.
That's cool.
Lighten up. You know what I'm saying?
I like how you do prep time. We don't do prep time over here, man. We just jump right in and talk shit.
Yeah, like, man. You just relax, get a little comfortable. And then we're gonna go in, man. I think that like your reaction to some of their answers is gonna be funny. Their reaction to your answers is gonna be funny. We got 2 like wild people on that first show, and they got 2 more conservative people. And I think that
I like that, man.
That like curation of a guest is gonna make it really, really good.
I think that's gonna be dope, man. I'm really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that. We're looking forward to meeting these new people, seeing the different type of minds that you deal with. Because, like I said, same question for everybody. Everybody's gonna have a different answer.
Yeah.
I hope I don't make anybody uncomfortable, bro.
I want you to. I want people to be so uncomfortable. Like,
Yeah, but I can't do this anymore.
dude, listen, man, and we gonna be live, so I'm gonna just pull somebody else up. Like, let's do it. Let's keep it moving.
Oh yeah, bro, bring them up. I'd bring them out the audience. Cause you, like Chris Brown, you come
yeah,
here.
come on. So yeah, it should be fun, man. It should be fun. I'm excited. I don't know what's gonna come of it. I have no idea. I think that's the best part. Like, I just feel like this is the first time I'm gonna have 4 guests at the same time. So just even that being a thing is like, whoo.
Yeah, it's gonna be real interesting, man. It's gonna be real interesting.
So yeah, right
I'm really looking forward to that.
You
Right to remain silent, man.
I'm really, like I said, you and Yasmin, I think I'm the most excited about. Chelsea too, because she's never been on a podcast with me before. She's never been on any of my podcasts. So shout out to my wife, man.
Okay.
And,
Yeah,
and
shout out
then
to Chelsea, man.
Brandon, who also has a podcast, he'll be on as well. But
Okay, cool.
we just kicking it.
I mean,
Have a drink before you get on, man. Just relax.
Bro, I mean, I might have a drink before I get on during.
Yeah,
I might have to have a couple of drinks,
We chilling.
depending on where these questions lead, because you claim to be a biblical man, but we'll see. See the kind of questions questions you ask, motherfucker.
Yo, that's a wild statement. You claim to be a biblical man. It's crazy.
Just saying, man. I'm just trying to see if you're gonna try to like leave me out there naked in the woods, bro, with these questions.
I mean, that's biblical.
See? Yeah. Okay.
That
Let's do
was
you did
that was
Let's see if you did that.
yeah, man, that was Genesis 2? We had that week. It might have been Genesis. That was Genesis 2. I think we been to Apple in Genesis 2. We was naked in the garden. So you be all right.
Okay.
You be all right.
Okay. I see how you brought that full circle there.
I'm quick with it, man.
Oh man, I see that. Well, I'm glad you came through, man. I'm really glad you took your time out today, joined me. You know, we had a good time. Talked about some good things. We had some good laughs. I'll be seeing you soon. We got a couple of things we got to go through. And yeah, man. Before we leave, let everybody know where they can catch you at, what they can see or hear your podcast or catch you live on, or you know what I mean, drop your plugs, bro.
Oh man, it's just 153 Pod Street, man. 153 POD as in David ST.com and 153 PODST everywhere. 153 Pod Street.
Nice.
We will help you launch, grow, and monetize your podcast. If you have any ideas, or if you have a podcast already, we're gonna help you grow it.
Yeah, man.
That's pretty much.
That's who sponsored this podcast here, man. We give a big shout out to Sensei because he helps us do everything we do over here. And without him, you know, we'd still be here, but we wouldn't be as good. So, appreciate you.
I love you, man. I love you, man. It's all good.
I love you too, man. Appreciate you, man. Have a good one, and until next time.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace out.